Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. 6:08 Thursday, August 18th, 73 degrees. Get up to 82 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio streaming live on the Radio Pup app at WOBMAM.com. 732-505-1160. Join the conversation. We are now joined in studio by my friend Yvonne Yaar. Right, Yvonne is a member of the Toms River artist community. Well, there's so many titles, so many things she's working on. I'll just refer to her as Yvonne. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Thank you for. I know that you're you love to get up around 4:30 and just see if you can come on into the radio and just. It's most important. I know that what you like to do is talk first thing in the morning, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite thing.
It is, totally, right? Right? I mean, that's the thing. People are like, oh, yeah, I get up every morning around 5. It's no big deal. Mm-hmm. It's the coming in somewhere and then talking that's different, right?
I guess.
All right, so let's try that. So, Yvonne, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you've been working on? I know there's a huge project you've been working on relative to fish. So let's talk about that.
Well, I'd been wanting to do something with glass in downtown Toms River for quite some time now, and I finally got around to it. I approached the owner of the building of 218 Main Street with the drawing, and he seemed pretty happy with it, so it was a go. So the total planning was about a year, and install started in June. So we've got 3 fish on the wall. And the largest fish is an international collaboration. I sent out a call on Facebook, and a bunch of mosaic artists responded, and I asked for fish donation, little mosaic fish from anywhere from like 2 inches to 6 inches big. And I was really overwhelmed with response. I think total was 72 artists from 7 different countries, Australia, England, France, Germany, Canada, Italy, and then 15 different states in the United States. So there's a lot of fish inside one of my big fish.
Right. So just to clarify, they're sending you little fish that you are arranging in such a way as to make up a larger fish.
Correct.
Right. So there's a lot of it's a lot of fish.
It's a lot of fish. It's more than 180 fish.
Now, why fish? Why did you choose fish?
Well, as the code in downtown Toms River is that if you do a mural, it can't be business related. It's supposed to be civic minded, and I thought of the Barnegat Bay was the first thing I thought of. So Barnegat Bay, what's in there? They have fluke, they have bluefish.
Right.
So that's how I got to the idea.
So no thought ever of doing foxes or osprey?
No.
Fish. I mean, because I know that there was that probably would have been harder too. When you're like, hey, I want to make a call internationally. Can everyone please give me a glass osprey?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, first of all, they'd all have to look up what an osprey is, right? And then that'd be tricky. So how does that work then? So you get all these fish, and then what do you do? How do you arrange them? How do you decide to arrange them? What does that process look like?
Well, from my preliminary drawing, I made a large fish map.
Right.
So I taped a bunch of pieces of paper together.
Right.
And made a huge fish on my floor, and then I just started placing the other fish. But you can't really, it's you try to balance it out. So when I finally got to the wall, it didn't end up exactly the way I had it when I looked at it on the floor. And then on the wall, I did the same thing. I put a map next to where I was putting the fish, and then just started following the map as close as I could.
Cool. And are there spaces between the fish? Like what happens with the fishless space?
Right. That's where you get to glue stuff.
Like what? Like fish? like bait? What do you put there?
Glass, ceramic. There's a couple of broken dishes in there.
Okay.
And there's even somebody's watch in there.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you just because you did?
Yeah. I mean, the artists, I had some parameters that the artists
Right.
were supposed to follow, and, they're artists, so they don't always follow them.
That's so cool, though. Like, when I'm at home and one of my kids drops a plate and it breaks, I get mad and I throw it in the garbage.
Oh, no.
You're like, no, wait a second. That's an opportunity to
Yeah.
take a perfectly good plate and put it on my fish mural.
And if you've got extra plates that you really don't need, I'm telling you, it's really good therapy. You take the plate,
Yeah.
you go outside, you put it please put it in a bag,
Right.
and then go to it with a hammer. It's so much fun.
Wait, what do you mean? You just like destroy it?
Yeah, it's not, and then it becomes art. So it's all good.
Wait a second. Hold on a second now. You're telling me if I break a plate, I should put it in a bag, right? Go outside, spread it on my back porch or whatever.
Inside a bag.
And beat the bag.
Yes.
Oh,
no, don't go straight for the plate. You might get.
So I beat the bag, right? And now I turn it into plate ashes.
Well,
Little plate little tiny little plate pieces.
yes.
And then I take it out and I play with it.
Yeah. You glue it to
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Wow. See, that's what's different about you and me. Like, all I'm thinking is I need to get that plate off of the floor because I'm going to end up stepping on a piece. And you're thinking, well, this is so cool. We can use it for something.
Right.
What's on your ring? I saw on one of your rings. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Tell everybody what that ring is because I don't. Go ahead.
It's a bottle cap.
Yeah.
And then on the inside, I made it a really pretty blue color. And then I added a little plastic baby. and then I poured resin over the top of it. So it looks like a baby taking a bath.
Right.
Humor.
So
I like humor.
So
in
you
art.
have a baby taking a bath
on
your
my
ring.
finger. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's different. It's different. Okay. So when will the fish mural be completed?
It's really close to being completed now. I've got just a couple more hours to go with some grouting, and it's done. There's going to be a ribbon cutting September 1st, so so it's definitely going to be done really soon.
Right.
The ribbon cutting is from 4 to 5 on September 4th. Everyone is invited.
September 1st or September 4th?
Did I say 4th?
Because first you said the 1st, then you said the 4th. It's early.
And I'm not allowed to have coffee. I don't know what to tell you.
So I'm going to go with September 1st. That's a Thursday.
Yes, September 1st. And probably why I said the 4th is because it's at 4 to 5 p.m.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's where. And can people see it now as in its almost finished state?
Yes, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the address again?
218 Main Street.
Okay. All right. Cool. So when we come back, let's talk about the other project that you're starting to work on, right? And some other things that you kind of have envisioned for downtown Toms River artistically as we move forward. Okay.
Okay.
Yvonne Yaar, Toms River Artist Community. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Back after this.
The Sean Hannity Show, this afternoon at 3. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin returns next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin here with Yvonne Yaar. So we were talking also in the break, you were talking about the fish mural as the mosaic as a collaborative artistic piece. So talk to me about that. You said it's a number of firsts in downtown Toms River.
Right. I checked with the Ocean County Historical Society, and this outdoor, it is the first outdoor mosaic mural, and it's also the first international collaborative work of public art in downtown Toms River.
Right, which is pretty cool. So, which is surprising because that's not really that surprising. I mean, really, so international, though, you just need someone from, like, Toronto to, like, do something. Not that, I mean, that's not what you did, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what's the next project? What's your next, what's next on the list?
I'm trying to organize another collaborative project with TRAC, Toms River Artist Community. And the idea is to do an exterior wall somewhere in downtown Toms River. And I'm calling it an art quilt. And what I'm going to do is have every artist take either a 1 foot square section or a 2 foot square section and do their own thing. We'll probably have a common theme. And so when you step back from the wall, it'll look like a quilt. It'll have little patches of different types of art.
Cool. So you're going to do the osprey this time.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know why I'm stuck on the osprey. I just like saying osprey. And so this is really... What is it that you really like about the whole collaborative art thing? Because let's rewind the clock a little bit. You were instrumental in both mural projects downtown, and I say instrumental. That's not nearly doing you justice, because you basically organized everything, right, and from process to execution. Which was a tremendous undertaking on multiple levels of bringing people together, of collaborating. To put something from paper to wall, which is a little bit of a larger scale. But what is it that you love so much about the whole collaborative art piece?
There's lots of reasons. I really enjoy watching the public get excited about it, especially people who say they're not artists, because I really believe that everybody is an artist, and if you think you're not, it's just because you haven't found your niche yet. It's fun because people get it really excited. I also like it because when I'm surrounded with other artists, we have, common things to talk about, and everybody has a different perspective. So I really enjoy seeing, like, somebody tells me to do a project, I'm going to do it, ABC. Somebody else will take the same project, and their style would be CDF, whatever. Right. So it's really cool to see how other people do things. Right.
And do you find yourself inspired by other people's ideas and by other people's styles? I mean, like, does it have an impact on what you do when you see other things happening, or do you feel like you're pretty set in your way about how you envision something?
Probably a little bit of both. I imagine that I always wonder, like, when people say they come up with something original, unless they're talking about technology, I always kind of wonder, because when I come up with something original, I think it's original. And then 2 months later, I'll see that somebody else has done it already.
Right. Right.
So I think everything that you see visually has an influence, and I don't think you even know sometimes where it comes from.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's just by something had an effect on you. You saw it in passing through osmosis or what have you.
Exactly.
And next thing you know, you're doing something similar.
Right.
Yes.
Without even an awareness of that you're doing it.
I heard that from Melania Trump. When she said that she gave that speech. And she said, I don't even know that Michelle Obama gave the same speech a few years earlier. I must have just been inspired by it. No, we don't talk politics, though. So that's pretty cool. So the quilt, right? Mm-hmm. So is it actually going to be fabric, or are you thinking no? It's going to be it's going to kind of be fashioned as a quilt.
Correct. It'll just from a distance, it'll look like a quilt because you've got different squares with different styles going on in each.
Right. And do you envision that it would be something like the same kind of wallpaper type murally thing, or how would you do it?
Unknown really at this point. Yeah, not that far into it.
Okay.
But definitely there'll be different mediums like paint and ceramic and glass. So,
cool. Yeah, because I think, again, I don't think folks realize the way necessarily like what the previous murals looked like and how they were done. It was almost hung like sheets of wallpaper.
Right.
Right, which is a pretty cool process and a pretty involved process in and of itself. So I imagine you have some other visions of things that you like that are swirling in your head about things that you would love to see downtown. So I would love to get to those after the break. And if you don't have any, maybe you could just come up with something in the next 3 or 4 minutes. That would be great. We also, you haven't been on here a long time, and I don't even remember if we gave you your magic wand back then, did we?
I don't remember a magic wand.
Oh, yeah. See, you didn't get a magic wand. That was early on in the show. We've grown. We've evolved since then, Yvonne. So we're going to give you a magic wand and give you the opportunity to make an impact and make a change in the world for good. And we'll talk more about downtown Toms River, okay?
All right.
Yvonne Yaar, Toms River Artist Community, so many other things, talking about fish, osprey, and quilts. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, back after this.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River. It's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Hey, welcome back. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin, 6:32 Thursday, August 18th, 73 degrees. Get up to 82 today. WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. News Talk Radio streaming live on the Radio Pop app and WOBMAM.com, 732-505-1160. Join the conversation. We are joined in studio by Yvonne Yaar, Tom's River Artist Community. And so, Yvonne, I know there's all well, this is going to come out wrong. I was going to say like a nutty professor. There are always all kinds of ideas swirling in your head of things that you would do for world domination of the arts, especially as it pertains to downtown Tom's River. So, what kind of things do you have kind of in your mind about what you'd like to see downtown artistically?
Well, I'd love to. Well, of course, every wall should have a mural or a mosaic on it. I'd like to see more outdoor sculpture. I think that making a place beautiful brings business to it, so it's a win-win. I'd like to see an arts center down there. There's just so many things.
What do you mean by an arts center?
A place where you can exhibit art, and also a place where you can watch people do their art. So an art studio, a place where you can have classes and teach people art.
Right.
So
cool. Yeah, I'm with you on that. So there are a number of walls left.
Yes.
Right. I know, and you're like,
I'm drooling over that.
Yeah, because you're going to be so the fish would be the third one that you've done, right?
Yeah.
If we take the two murals, then you have the quilts, which are the fourth one that you'll do.
Right.
Right. I mean, this is like, and they all kind of end in collaboration, right? This is the other thing that's important to you is, I guess, pulling as many people into the arts as you possibly can, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's not just about you in your own world kind of creating, but about helping others create. Like, I've something that's really kind of taken off in recent years is like the whole paint party thing and all that.
Right.
And so we don't see that as much in our area as I think we should, right? I mean, is that something that you would like to see more of? Not just paint parties, but in your case, maybe, doing like glass blowing and things like that. How do we get that? What do we do? Well,
that's a good question. I think we're already doing it, and I'm hoping that just keeps growing.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we do some in-houses stuff or some things that are like kind of like I want to say like homemade things, but not necessarily something that's kind of like in a one-stop shop for all that, right?
Right.
And that's kind of what the vision would be at some point. And for you do glass blowing. How do you sell? Like where do you sell your stuff?
Primarily on Facebook, honestly. But I also I sell out of the Monmouth Museum, which is by Brookdale in Lencroft, New Jersey. I sell out of the National Liberty Museum in Philadelphia and Hot Sand, as you mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
In Asbury.
Asbury Park. Right.
Right. And so you create, right? And it's funny because I had this. I'm as everyone who listens knows, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. So at some point, I think about 2 years ago, I said, it's funny. I always see you putting these cool things on your Facebook. Like you always it's like you're always creating stuff, and you're like, yeah, Jeremy, dummy. That's how I sell stuff. Like I don't just do it because I'm like, look how good I am at art. I like glass blowing. I do it because I want. And to your credit, I will say when my oldest daughter got bat mitzvahed, you made those vases, which were unbelievable.
Thanks.
I mean, they're unbelievable. Like these all individually done kind of blown glass vases that were on like a soccer field, right? Because my daughter's a big soccer player. And then Kenny Malagier from Narcissus put the flowers in it. And it was, I mean, I go to people's houses all the time and I see that they got to take one home and it's prominently displayed in their house. So it's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
So, all right. Yvonne Yaar, Tom's River Artist Community. It's that time. We give you the magic wand, the pixie dust, the fairy dust, the ability just to wiggle your nose and make an impact and to make a change in the world, to do something special. I mean, I'm guessing that it may have something to do with the arts, but this is a total shot in the dark. So, Yvonne, what are you going to do?
I would love to get more people involved with art. It brings people joy, and it brings me joy to see other people have fun.
Right.
And I would love to see an art center downtown. I mean, if I'm going to dream really big, I would love to teach classes all across the world, do team building events.
Through the arts.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I get to go to Italy and France, and
Yeah.
that sounds good to me.
Just don't wear. You can't wear your burkini in France. I know. I'm just saying you may have to take a different kind of swim attire. I just wanted to warn you. Where could folks learn more about either what's going on downtown? What are you working on? Where could folks go if they want to learn more?
You can check out Tom's River Artist Community's Facebook page. It's TRAC for short, TRAC. There's always something being posted there, and not just about what the TRAC folks are doing, but just anything that's culturally, appealing.
Right.
Music at the listening room. For instance, this Saturday is the Art in the Park, which will not be in the park. It'll be in the, like you said earlier, Art in the Parking Garage. That's going to be 26 Hadley Avenue. They're having it on the lawn outside of the big parking garage. The art stroll, immediately after the red ribbon cutting for the fish mosaic, which is called Barnegat Bronte and Friends. I don't think I ever said that.
No.
And immediately after that is the art stroll, and that's a track event, free to artists and free to the public. Downtown, they're just all lined up on the sidewalk. So there's a lot going on.
Cool.
Yeah.
So off of the TRAC Facebook page, and of course you can look at Yvonne's Facebook page as well, Yvonne Yaar, Yaar, Sharkey, right? And so you can see what she's working on. You can go to Hot Sands in Asbury, which is the closest place, and then there's as she talked about, there's other museums. The Monmouth
Museum.
Monmouth Museum in the Philadelphia.
The National Liberty Museum.
National Liberty Museum, right? That's what I was saying. So check it out, Yvonne Yaar. Thank you so much for all you're doing for the arts in downtown Toms River. And this is a labor of love, right? Like you're not getting. There isn't some kind of like huge paycheck coming for you at the end of all this. This is just because you want to give back to the community and see the arts proliferate in downtown Toms River.
Yes.
Right. That's
I would
awesome.
love that.
Well, thank you so much for all you do and for helping our community in the ways that you do.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Back with more after this.